What's going on, man? We coming to y'all today, man. Happy Easter. Coming to y'all on a Sunday today, man. Recorded, man. This is BaldHead Reason, man. I am your host, Tim Harvey, man. We got this brand new merch. We debuted for y'all today, boy. Yes, sir. We in the house. Got my boys up in this thing. Look at that. The boys, woo, the boy clean right there. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Over one, what's popping, baby?
I wanted to say thanks, Easter Bunny. Rah! You know what I'm saying? We're coming here from Tennessee, baby. Tennessee. Hey, ain't too much crack lacking this weekend, man. Nice, beautiful day today, man. Got a little bit of overcast, but you know what I'm saying. That pollen still lingering around, man. We're trying to kick it out the way, man. But other than that, man, proud to be here, dog.
Pollen is undefeated out there, baby. Yes, sir. Ando, welcome back, baby. I know you've been out for a little bit, man. World traveler, you know what I'm saying? Big baller, yes, y'all are. What's happening, baby?
What's happening, Captain, man? People, I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah.
I'm out here in California, man, where we pay for the weather. I thought it was 71, dog, but it's actually 67 degrees right now. Not a cloud in the sky. It's just it's beautimous, man. It's just beautimous. Loving life out here in Cali, big dog, and just happy to be back on this thing with my brothers, man.
No, baby, ain't nothing like it. Yes, sir. Big Leo, what's going on, player?
My name is Daryl, and all I want to say is Happy Easter Day. I love you. What's going on, good people?
Can't call it, man. What you say? All I want to say is Happy Easter Day. What's going? What's good, dog?
What's good, man? Hey, welcome everybody on this Resurrection Sunday. Boy, hey, I see Big Leo got up there and got the confidence in himself and said his Easter speech. We appreciate him saying that real.
Worked hard.
We welcome y'all to the show today, and like he said, get some of this merch.
Get some of this moich. Got that moich. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. So, man, we would like to invite you right now, man, to tap in and follow us at BaldHead Reason, man, on YouTube and Spotify. New episodes available every Monday. Okay, we're coming out with it, man, and we're going to jump right into it, man, to our first segment. It's called The Head Lead, powered by New Spot Alert ATL. All right, fellas. You want your legacy to be, and how do you want to be remembered? Watchdog, kick us off.
Woo, man, I've been thinking about that one, brother. It's one of the ones that you ain't really pondering these days. It's something you don't really think about until somebody asks you the question. The question get proposed to you. So I've been been asking myself, what kind of legacy do I want to leave? Man, I'm just hoping I can leave some kind of energy and out there in the atmosphere, positivity to tell people, you can do all things that's according to his will and according to your will, depending on how you look at it. But you want to leave some positivity out there, man. I think I want to be able to say, hey, look, while he was here on this earth, he did some good things, he did some bad things, but overall, the things that he did to try to spark and spawn creativity, people to be self-aware, be a positive impact in their communities and to others, and to be given, man. That's how I'm hoping to be. That type of try to lead that kind of vibe when it is my time, right? I'm hoping that's what I can leave. People that understand. Certain things are not in your control, but the things that are in your control to be a positive energy, be positive in your community, and try to give folks something a better outlook on things, or a different perspective that that will change the way they see things, and giving them the ability to say, hey, you know what, you're right. Let me go out and try to help people and do things for others that I normally wouldn't do, or thank the people that helped me along the way that I didn't realize that was helping me. So hopefully, that's what I'm trying to leave behind, brother, when it's my time. So can he?
Yeah, you all sound gone, man.
No. We still don't hear you.
Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
There you go.
No, you're next. My bad.
And so yeah, man, a lot of what what my man Nikita just said, bro. You know, what I want my legacy to be, how I want to be remembered. As a good family man, a good friend, you know, someone that was dependable, someone to make people laugh. You know, like Max said, you know, leave some positive energy out here, you know. You know, I led a good life and set an example for not just my kids but others, and I'm just, you know, I'm proud of the, you know, the folks that that's affected me. You know, I will be hopeful that my legacy would be something that, you know, that they would be proud of. You know, the folks that brought me up and taught me along the way, the ones that are here and some no longer here. You know, I would hope that I would, you know, leave a message and a legacy for myself that would make them as proud as I hope my children and family members that are still here would be. But yeah, just somebody to bring, you know, that was always positive, that didn't see challenges as major obstacles, and you know, just show people, hey, he can do it, and he was just a regular, you know, regular guy. He was fun loving. If he can do it, I can do it, and I'll do it because of you know, what what my grandkids called me, grandpa. You know, grandpa was able to do that. And you know, hopefully my energy is still around here and I can see the effects, you know, some of the positive effects of the good things that I've done here. So, but that's a deep one though, Tim, on 420, bro. That's a deep one.
Right. Sorry, brother.
I'm just out here trying to relax, man. And then, you know,
it was by design, man. You know, I major in comedy, but I minor in a little bit of making sense every now and then.
Man,
you know?
My head is about to explode trying to stay focused right now because of this hard question right now, bro. Just let you know.
We bouncing off each other, baby.
What time is it? 4:20.
Explosive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I just want to be remembered as somebody I was understanding. I would say, you know, most of my family right now think, you know, that, you know, I like to see people laugh. And, you know, to me, laughter is the best medicine. You know, even when somebody's, you know, down,
Indeed.
You know, bringing a smile to their face, man, means a lot. You know, somebody that's giving, you know, I don't mind giving, you know, somebody something, you know what I'm saying, even if it's my last. You know what I'm saying? That's how my dad is, man. You know, my dad would give you his last dime, man. And, you know, I think I've actually inherited that from him because I just see, you know, the type of man that he is, that I want to be, you know. So, you know, I don't always think, you know, I'm bigger than anybody else, man. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, respecting, you know what I'm saying, everyone around you, and hopefully they'll give you that same respect back. But being remembered as somebody that's very, you know, giving, respectful, understanding is really, you know, the three ones that I really want to be remembered by, man. That's my piece.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm guessing you called me, man. Hey, y'all can hear me, right?
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's up with my mic. Go ahead, Lev.
All right. No, man, I think y'all hit the nail on the head with most of it, man. I think we're gonna have somewhat similar answers. I, you know, my legacy. I've always wanted my two children, man, to be good people, you know, and a lot of that has to do with me, you know, what they've seen from me. That's always been one of my biggest things, to make sure that my kids, they aren't looked at as, you know, failures or losers or, you know, knuckleheads, whatever, man. So I wanted to make sure I set an example for them. I think y'all, my deal, man. I didn't grow up with a father, in the house, man. So a lot of the things I did, I had some male role models. I had some male role models, man, but I didn't have a father in the house. So a lot of the things I've done, I've kind of done, on the fly. Just trying this and trying that, and making sure everything's straight, and kind of observing some other people, man, and just wanted to make sure that those two came out and carried themselves the right way. And I'm proud to say that I've done that. Not to say that they're perfect by any means, man, but I look at how they interact with people. And I take a lot of credit for that, man, for making sure that they've been raised the right way. So that's the first part of my legacy right there, is them. And
Indeed.
Yeah, them, man, make sure that they straight. But then also making sure that they set up for success. They got to be set up for success, man. Our people, man, for the longest time, we didn't talk to our kids about, financial, their future in finances, not just the right now. A lot of times our people, man, we've always talked about the right now, and so just wanted to make sure that they knew, hey, you need to build for the future. You got to get some things put in place that's going to be set for you later on in life when, you're retired and you're older and whatever. So my other part of my legacy is just making sure that they are on the right path financially. And I think they are. They could be doing better right now, but they have taken some steps, especially in the last couple of years, man. They've taken some steps to try to get themselves straight. So that's the first part. That's my kids. As far as me and what I want people to be remember me about is, I've tried, and we've had a little brief conversation about this before. I've tried to make sure that there's nobody on this earth, man, that can say I was a dirty dude. There ain't nobody out here that can say, yeah, that dude right there was janky, man. That dude was just, you couldn't trust him, man. He say one thing and mean something else, or, you don't know which way he's going to go. I really thought about this thing. I said, I don't think there's anybody out there that could say, I was a dirty dude. I know Watchdog, you said something earlier about, some people just going something to the effect of you can't please everybody, or some people might think something else or whatever. But I really don't think there's anybody out there, man, that can say, yeah, that dude right there was suspect. And that's kind of what I want people to remember me, by, man, whether that's, the people I serve with, or people that I'm touching now, as far as being, ROTC instructor and being around people's kids and trying to get them on the right path and all that kind of stuff. That's what I want my legacy to be, and what I want people to think about when they think of me later on down the line.
So when I was, writing this script today for this particular show, when I was thinking about this, I don't know, this question just kind of just came to me, just like, you know what? It's Easter, we coming into a new year, and I guess I was just kind of having a reflective type moment. And and this line of questioning just kind of bam, just hit me,
Mm-hmm.
But so for me, I just want to be known for consistency, man. I want to be known as, for my consistency. I want to be consistently be the same guy. If you met me 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and like you were just talking about, Lev, I want to be Tim every day, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. I would hope that people would say, you know what, man, he was just. When my grandmama told me that, when people saying the same thing about you, consistently saying the same thing about you, the biggest compliment you ever receive is the one you never hear. Because if people can say genuine things about you in your absence, that means that your character is speaking for you. You know what I'm saying? So she used to always tell us that, don't go out and try to seek people approval. Just be you. If you're consistently you, then everything gonna take care of itself. Because that thing stuck with me. She always said that the biggest compliment that you can receive is the one you never hear. And I was like, man, that's powerful. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody can say something good about you without you standing there, that's a genuine, they're genuine in what they're saying, So hopefully and consistency, it would be my word. That's what I want to be, consistent and be that same person to where, everybody want to be admired. But like you said before, like Max said, you can't please everybody, and that's understandable. But You still stay true to yourself, though. Stay true to yourself, man, and be the best person you can be. That's what I want my legacy to be. I want to be known for that. That he was consistently trying to be him, a guy that just love people, man, and do anything for you. That's all I want. All right. Bet that. So we're gonna jump into the next segment, fellas. It is called This or That. 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 Yes, sir. All right. So, fellas, check it out, man. If we was playing video games, man, we had a little old school night, and we was in Okinawa right now, say for example, we was trapped in with old Typhoon Lev. Man, which one what we're gonna pull out first, man? We're gonna Wheel of Fortune and Family Feud, y'all.
Man, it's got to be Wheel of Fortune. It's got to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. No. It's got to be Family Feud.
Yeah, well, you see how close I got to the camera just looking at you there now?
I hear up with okie doke. It's got to be Family Feud, man. That Family Feud. It's so many things about that show that's funny to me now. I look back at it now when my man used to come out there and kiss all the women on the show, man. I don't know if he can get away with
the mouth, dog.
Straight in the pepper.
Yeah.
He kissing you in the mouth. I'm telling you, you take your wife, your sister, whoever, Richard, you just know you go on there.
Well, you could be
they getting
right
tongue. They are getting tongue kissed.
Yeah.
They are getting tongue kissed, dog. Because Richard Dawson, he don't care if your wife, your grandma, but you getting tongue kissed today, though, dog.
Ain't no on the cheek or on the forehead. That's going straight for them lips, man. That in 2025, dog.
But hey, that was in his contract.
Show.
Hey,
You signed.
that was the first thing right there, dog. That's the first thing that stand out to me was that right there. Because that dude, he did it consistently every day. I don't know if old Steve Harvey can get away with that right now.
Nope.
Hey, now them damn soup coolers.
Shadow Sharp, dog.
Hell no.
The show itself was funny, man. Because people, it's
boy.
I used to say rig, dog, because it's amazing to see some of the crazy answers people come up with sometimes, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, they would answer this, man, but they'll say everything but that. But the fact that you had so many people that was answering the question, it was just a lot more variety than the Wheel of Fortune was, man, because you got so many people on there saying so many different things, and the competition was just good. And then that was one of them family things, too, where you can sit there and y'all can compete, right there along with them at home.
Yeah.
While the show goes, that all the time. He's sitting there competing as a family, So, it's Family Feud all day for me, man.
Computer Wheel of Fortune.
Who you call me?
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, we gotta go with back in the day, like, Lev already said it, baby. Go back in the day, that man gonna kiss you. He kissing every woman. I don't care if y'all just got married. He kissing her on her honeymoon, right there in front of you, and then gonna look at you and say, "Hey, I already know what you signed backstage. You signed that disclaimer. You signed the disclaimer. I already told you I was kissing your girl right on the lips. I'm doing it. I don't care if you mad. You stand there and ball your fist up all you want, and then I'm gonna smile and lean on the podium and smile as I do it.
And you better be.
And then you can't.
This money. You want to this money.
You gonna get this money. You want the money, right? You want the 20,000 or what? You got to get the albums right though. But then you come, and then you pop into the. I almost say pop into the 90s, but we jump to the old 20, 21st, 20, whatever situation we in right now, and we got old soup coolers out there. They ain't let soup coolers kiss on nobody. Boy, he messed around kiss somebody, swallow their whole head.
Somebody with them big lips, you don't smother some damn about it, dog.
Toe shot.
You slam out, dog. What an area, your whole head be covered up, dog.
He done swallowed away. Y'all remember the show Fat Albert? Boy, I swallowed that man. Well, I'm going Family Feud, man, because Family Feud gonna give you some answers.
Yeah.
Them cats gonna lose it. I would call a clip where the dude was staring so hard at his test that he was finna compete against. Steve looked at him, hey man, you gonna get a trophy. Nothing like that. Boy, he was locked in. Boy, he zoomed in. He could not stop staring at her. And she sitting up there. And he went to blocking. Say, boy, you better get in trouble. You about to be the voice.
Yeah, he about to get in trouble, dog.
Boy, he can't do stuff like that. But I'm going Family Feud all day, man.
Family Feud. Okay. I know. Wheel of Fortune or Family Feud?
Tell you something, bro. Vanna White 1985 was tough, boy. That was tough. You know what I'm saying? That was a little pressure right there, boss.
That part.
Got those stilettos on.
You know what I'm saying? In many, I mean, it kept my attention, man. I was solving puzzles left and right in there, with my grandparents. You know what I mean, man? It was Vanna was tough, man. Circa, 1985, 1989, boy. Woo.
Yeah.
But it's Family Feud, dog. That's the answer to the question right there. It's Family Feud.
Is it?
Family Feud is just so entertaining. You don't know what you're gonna get from night to night. Richard Dawson was running that thing, man. That dude ain't nothing but a pimp. Lev, I'm gonna go back and look at some of the old shows just so I can laugh, because I used to be in shock even back then, when we was growing up with Dawson, and how he was just rolling up on everybody like Captain Kirk,
Almost that cat almost led me to get some charges, man, because I thought it was all that.
He groping them, he rubbing his hand all up and down their waist, putting his hand on the hip, on their butt, while they up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
how you doing, Richard? Yeah.
He did that, dog, like my man said, Steven and Sue Coolest, dog.
He going to jail.
He did that to one of these little white ladies, man. Let me tell you something. He'd be getting sued by people that ain't even related to the contestants, bro. Right. It'll be a class action lawsuit. For real. But
he's been writing checks in the credits.
It'll be a whole Karen lawsuit against him, dog. All the Karens be coming out, dog. But it's definitely Family Feud, man. Family Feud is just funny. Like my man said, the whole family can sit there and compete against one another and participate in the thing. And it's improv. So you don't know what you're gonna get from night to night, and that's good entertainment. So definitely for me, Family Feud.
Wheel of Fortune or Familiar Feud?
And there's one scene that sticks out to me. The question was, name a popular name that starts with H. My man said Jose.
He said, "I'm gonna kill him with this."
Man, hey, that's a YouTube classic, dog. Hey, man. Hey,
commercial if he'd have did that. I'd be like, you know what? Just cut, man. Just cut, man. You know what?
I remember out the crowd, dog. We put you out, dog. Go to the bench.
Go to the next one, man. Hey, but Wheel of Fortune was nice, man. They got some nice cash and prizes. You know what I'm saying? Except when somebody gets that bankrupt, you know what I'm saying? They get all their money taken away from them. But Family Feud, man, it's always brought laughter. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been that type of program, man, where it's like everybody's, you know what I'm saying, even with they done had a whole bunch of different hosts, man. Different, comedians like Louis Anderson. They had the dude from At Home Improvement, I think he star in.
Yeah.
No, got about him.
I'm gonna call him Bob the Builder, but yeah.
But they said back in the day, man, they said Richard Dawson gave a couple of them women COVID, dog. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Richard Dawson was the OG, man. He was real with it, man. He was like, hey, I'm gonna kiss this mother right here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. Yes, sir.
She about to get this. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, mine is definitely Family Feud, bro. Family Feud.
I'm gonna rock with y'all, man. We unanimous about this, and I ain't even got to say too much more, man, because y'all set the bar. Richard Dawson, that's it. I mean, I don't care about nothing else. Richard Dawson, dog. That joker talk them jokers down, man, and then lay up on that counter and hold their head right there while he talking to them and still be rubbing their hand and stuff. He be like, yeah, after we go to commercial, I'm gonna need to holler at you right quick, and see if he was lit when he came out there. I know he was I know that boy probably came on the air on that 26, dog. I know he did. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. All right, so I'm gonna stay right there with you, over one. So you rocking with the operation, or you going with the Monopoly, dog? Which one you rocking with?
Man, tell you the truth, I never did right that operation game, man, because you know what I'm saying, they tried to shock a brother, you know what I'm saying? I ain't to being shocked like that. They try to tell me I'm kind of shaky, man. You know what I'm saying? They say I ain't got no patience. That was the operation is trying to tell me. But nah, Monopoly, man. Hey, Monopoly been around for a while. Now they got these different types of monopolies, man. Matter of fact, we got one up in the game cabinet, whatever, man. It's a Monopoly from I think Ponchatoula, man. It's like old Cajun ass damn Monopoly game, man. But I even tried to spend some of that Monopoly money sometime, man. But
you win old shrimp basket.
They said they weren't taking that. You know what I'm saying?
Shrimp basket.
Shrimp basket, boudin. What's the tokens on that, dog?
I ain't tell you too, man. We ain't never opened it up, man. We just kept it, you know what I'm saying, nice and.
Man, y'all need to open that up, man. I bet the pieces of crawfish.
Ain't no thimble in that motherfucker.
Yeah. P-roll, you know what I'm saying? You got no little P-roll going. Pass, go get 200 crawfish or whatever.
Man, get old 50-pound bag of crawfish.
But yeah, man, mine is Monopoly, man. I would never want that operation thing out.
Man.
What you got? Monopoly operation, man.
Back to me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well. I done had the privilege of playing both of those what is it called? Start the end. The name of who made them Nabisco.
Nabisco.
Yeah. I done had but back in the day, operation was the first time you ever really got tased in a game. Operation was the original taser. They had tased. But I'm gonna go with Monopoly because Monopoly made you think about the things that you can be. The property you can own is just apply yourself right and roll them dice right. You can own Boardwalk, Park Place. Man, I'm telling you, and then with the rent that you're gonna get off of that property, it lets you know you can be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You can dominate the business, the building business if you know how to build your houses and then turn them into hotels.
Go to jail.
You have to understand the dynamics of Monopoly and thinking and apply it to your real life. Because you play Monopoly, you start thinking, if I just roll these dice just right, I can turn this duplex into a fourplex.
But if you roll it wrong, you gonna go to jail.
I'm telling you, man. And if you roll right, you cross that line, and you get over there, man. You cross go, and then you collect $200 when you get the right tenant. They pay their rent on time. You get that $200 of how much you charging for rent. It came in on time. But those times where you rolled the wrong number and you wind it up going back 3 spaces and picking that go to jail.
Go to jail.
I gotta go with Monopoly, man, because Monopoly took you on the ups and downs, man. It gave you was positive, you were happy, but when somebody monopolized that other side of the board over there on Park Place, with Park Place and Boardwalk in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, man, you was praying that. No, before you know it, you were going to bankruptcy court. You trying to figure out what happened. You was on top of the world at the beginning of the game. 2 hours later, you over there pawning it.
Right.
What's wrong with Monopoly, brothers?
All right.
And that's a good one. That's a good one, big dog. Monopoly or Operation. I was, my grandparents raised me, man. So I was raised, with my aunties and uncles, like we were sisters and brothers. And so I can remember when Operation came out, and they all used to be crowded around the dining room table, everybody just having a good time. I'm trying to peek in to see what's going on. Everybody, they teenagers or preteens and older. Everybody's having fun. I want to try. I want to try. I want to try. I might get one try out of three. I can barely reach over there. All right, give me the things back. So so Operation, man, I was kind of obsessed with, because by the time you seen the game at church in the nursery or something, or when the older sister and brother handed it out to you, man, all the bones and stuff was missing, man. The heart was gone, the ribs, the
Can't
leg
find
bone
nothing.
was gone, man. It only had like 2 pieces, so it wasn't no challenge. The battery was half dead. The thing didn't shock you right no more. So when I had kids, man, I remember when they were old enough to really understand presents and all the little games, start playing games with them. Boy, I can't wait to get an Operation game, dog. I'm like, finally, now I'm in charge. I got all the pieces here. Now I'm gonna try it, right? So I had this little infatuation with Operation, bro, just because, everybody that was older than me got to test it first, and I didn't really get to play it. But Monopoly, like my man says, that's a lesson teacher right there, boss. It's teaching you some life lessons in that bad boy while you having fun. So that's a good one, man. Because Operation is just, it got that sentimental thing. Monopoly makes more sense. But I'm gonna go against the grain, man, because it should be Monopoly, but I'm just gonna have to go with Operation, man, just because it was that thing that was a little bit out of reach for me, a little out of reach, until I was, 30 something. I bought my own Operation game. Yeah, take that.
This motherfucker, no, hey, I'm tired of this shit.
We might be grown, but we are little boys all the time.
Hey, you gotta get it, man. Hey, Monopoly done came to the 21st century though too. They got an old electric bank now. You ain't got to worry about counting your money out, boy. They take it automatic.
Yep.
Automatic withdrawal.
I gotta go get one.
Well,
I'm not to pull up on that one, dog. That's nice. Yeah.
I like that.
They taking that money right there. You can't be sliding no money under the leg.
They taking out all the realism out of it, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, you just slide you a couple extra $100.
Max, you sound like you won a lot of Monopoly games, dog.
Hey, you right. They let them tell on you. It must sound off when you over there withdrawing. Deposit.
So
we got no money.
So, dog, which one we rocking with, Operation or Monopoly, Big Lip?
And hey, Ando said it, man. Monopoly was really the first time I was, I'm playing a game, but I was learning something at the same time, man. I ain't cared too much about the learning part back then, but looking back at it now, you're learning a whole lot, man. And just like you said, my family used to be around the table, man. It was the older folks, so I used to see it, man. They up there playing Monopoly. And I used to be looking like, man, why they so heated, over this thing, man? I used to almost think they doing with real money the way they used to be going at each other, man. They playing Monopoly, and you know what I'm saying? You got that one side locked down and can't nobody stop over there. Somebody stop over there. They talking big noise. And so I started watching, man, and I learned it that way. So when I finally
no chance of waterworks.
Yeah. They used to be in my
chest.
Get on there, and we used to play it all the time. We had that same energy, man. That same. Hey, remember the little thermos? Remember the little thermos you used to go around with? That was my main piece right there, dog. That little thermos, man. But hey, I think it's Monopoly because they stood the test of time. They still going on now.
It's still going on.
Wait,
yeah,
boy.
almost
Well,
like,
you still get a fight. You can get a heated discussion about talking about Monopoly, boy.
yeah, and still, almost like spades and dominoes, man.
Oh,
But like you said, one, I think I may have played Operation maybe 1 or 2 times, dog. I just never really got into it like I did that Monopoly, and probably because I saw how everybody was reacting to that Monopoly, man. It was just a strategy to it. You know what I'm saying? Look at somebody got all them big bucks, and next thing you know, them big bucks gone. They gone by the end of the game, and you borrowing money, you selling properties off. So yeah, it was educational, man. It was good. So it's Monopoly for me, though.
Right now, dog, it's operation for me, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. That goddamn Monopoly was too serious. That Monopoly was too serious for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 10. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the Monopoly ain't gonna have the damn dice in there because my damn family, my damn ratchet ass family done took the dice out. They probably back there shooting the damn dice as it is. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even gonna have no damn dice in the motherfucker, first of all, dog. You know. But that shit was too serious for me, man. I'm like, damn, we got money today, and you go right here. I'm like, this sound like what we doing every day. This ain't Monopoly. This sound like the hood. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers going to jail and going bankrupt tomorrow. They done spent up all the little tax money they got and all this stuff. I'm like, this Monopoly too serious. I'm finna turn this off and watch me some Family Feud, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna put this shit up. You know?
Not staying together, boy.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm finna put this up, dog. Go play me and go watch me some Family Feud, dog. But it was operation for me, man, because Monopoly was too serious for me, man. I'm like, I like the game now, but I'm like, damn, this shit here is advanced. And like you said, they in there getting mad because Joker sliding dollars and they was embezzling and everything on there, man. I'm wondering, do white people play this game like this? Because y'all, you ain't supposed to be stealing money, do we? Like the banker, he done took him some money out and stuck it on. My brother used to be bad. He'd take his money out and stick it under his leg. And I'm like, why you keep coming up with money and all the rest of us out of it? You know, because he always wanted to be the banker. Now I know why, because he was stealing. He was skimming off the top. You know, this ain't no damn Monopoly. This shit is the hood. That's what it should be called, the hood, you know? Which leads me into our next one, dog. Now, this game right here, these 2 games right here, dog, are damn near get somebody shot, dog. So, which one was it, fam? Was it and down there in Texas, watchdog? Was it spades or dominoes, man?
Let me tell you something right now, baby. In the great state of Texas, you know, as they say, in the great state of Texas, we kind of 50-50 on those, man, depending on who you messing around with. But when it comes to dominoes, boy, them bones, you don't know how to calculate in your mind fast enough. You don't even sit at the bone table. Don't even sit there. We got to tell you that how many fours in the game, how many threes in the game, how many ones in the game, how many twos. We don't even need to talk. We'll go on kind of teach you spades. That ain't gonna work either, cause dang it, boy, you don't know how to play spades, man. Cause you got to slap that card on your head. You already know when you sitting over there, you got that card sitting over there on your forehead. You done showed them the card. You don't even care. You showed them that card. Hey, they ain't feeling dealing yet. They still dealing. I'm slapping that card up there. I'm calling 5 already. I got 5. They ain't like, man, you ain't got no 5 books. You ain't even got all the cards. Like, you got 4 cards in your hand. I got 5. Because you dealt this first. So I know what I'm getting at the end. I know what I'm getting. I'm calling 5. Because when you run a Boston on somebody in spades, you understand spades gives you the ability to talk smack to anybody, any demographic, anybody in the family. You sit down at the spade table, it's already understood that
you about to get it.
You about to get this. You about to get this. You about to get a double dose of ass whooping up in here. I just want you to understand that anything at this table, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care if you crying, because I'm finna tell you what you playing for all night. Every time you get a hand dealt, I'm telling you what you playing. I'm telling you what I'm gonna let you make. Spades, man. Spades, because spades, but it ain't only strategy. You get to talk smack all.
Talk some smack.
At the beginning, when you run a Boston on somebody, when you look at them in their face, Because somebody gonna be talking about that for the next family to the next family reunion. You ain't got to redeem yourself for 365 days. You gonna have to live that down because every time
And that
somebody see
day,
you,
right, that's your table because you ran to Boston. You don't care if nobody else sit down there. I don't care who else. That's it. Y'all ran to Boston. You know what I'm saying?
that just call me Mr. Boston. Don't say nothing else to me. Every time you see me, call me Boston. And if you mess around, sit at the domino table, and I make you knock more than 2 times, boy, call yourself Bloody Knuckles. In fact, every time you knock, stand up and look the other way. Don't even look at me. Just turn around. If you keep it, what? Man, it's 50-50, man. But I'm gonna go space right here by the edge. I'm sitting on the edge of the cliff right now. I'm gonna jump off the space.
You're gonna jump off of spades.
I'm
Okay.
gonna jump
All
off
right
the
then.
space.
Okay then. Left. Spades and domino.
Man, you know what? I was originally gonna go with spades, man, because I say, hey, it's more people that play spades that know how to play spades than it is dominoes. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get all your family members in there playing spades, and that's how I learned spades, man. When I was at home, I ain't learned dominoes till I was down there at old Fort Polk. You know, I ain't learned that till I was down there at Polk, man. I ain't know nothing about no dominoes, no bid whiz, no none of that until I went in the military, man. It was down there at Fort Polk. So I was originally gonna say spades because I saw that coming up. You know, my uncles, man, and family members, they in there playing and talking that noise, like y'all say. And it's just, hey, it got me. It took a hold. And I was like, yeah, I want to play this right. I want to learn this because I want to be able to talk trash to my uncles. You know, I can't talk trash to my uncle, man, just normally, but I can do it if we out here playing spades and get away with it. They can't say nothing back to me, you know what I'm saying? But hey, but once I learned that dominoes, it ain't nothing like, hey, dominoes so personal, dog. It ain't nothing about hey, like Watchdog said, you make somebody knock 2 or 3 times, and then we used to put rules on it too. You ain't just gonna knock. You got to knock and you got to stand up at parade rest until they come back around. You got hey, you got to stand up corner or something. You can't just knock and then it's over with. You got to knock and there's something else coming with it. So it was personal, dog, to the point where people want to fight. hey, Tim, you remember them doggone days in the Rocker, man? We ended up playing. We had the happy hour, man. That was some of the best days in there. We had them both going though. We had spades on one table, dominoes on the other table.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wanted to get to that domino table, dog, because the dominoes are more personal. It's at least with spades, you got a teammate that can take some of that, some of that crap you're getting from people. You got a teammate that can catch some of that. With dominoes, you're on your own, dog. You're on
your own, dog.
You about to catch all this fame.
All this.
You got to deal with it by yourself. So if you stand up there, parade, you on your own. If I not. So yeah, I think it's dominoes for me, man. Sound gone.
And no, spades or dominoes.
First of all, help me with some math, bro. What's 97 minus 47?
Ooh, them boys getting their ass whipped. Man, I already know what you're talking about.
Is that 50?
That 50. 50.
Why are you down by 50 points with 4 minutes left in the third quarter
of a
playoff game?
That's
in a playoffs.
Okay, viewers, you know what we're talking about because I know this is going to be back and people are going to be, listening to this later. OKC, Memphis, right? Memphis is the 8th seed. OKC is the 1 seed. And, with 4 minutes left in the game, they're down by 51 points in the third quarter.
Wow.
You heard me right, not 21, because that's a blowout.
Dominoes.
Well, I said 51 in the third quarter.
Man,
4 minutes and something.
I couldn't stand.
Why we do that at? Come on, man. Somebody need to be fired tomorrow. All right.
Myra.
But they already fired Taylor Jenkins a couple of weeks ago, right? What's wrong with this? I don't know what's happening. Spades, domino, bro. Let me tell you something. That's a tough one because spades is a religion. I don't know if everybody knew that, man.
Come on. Tell them what it is.
Yeah, you got Muslims, you got Catholics, you got Baptists, and you have spadists. Spades is a religion. Bro, I was baptized around the time I was about 7 years old, watching all the grown folks, playing around the table, and I'm just looking at that strategy. I'm like, oh, it's 13. Okay, 13 cards in each suit. Okay, then I had to start learning Joker, Deuce, and who played this way, and how many plays you need to have before you start cutting right out the gate. You know, bro. Let me tell you something. It's got to be. It's hard, but it ain't hard because Lev said something. You know, how he chose dominoes. I started playing dominoes when I joined the military too. I didn't know nothing about dominoes. A few years after I was in, maybe that's a New York, Chicago thing or something, but I'm from the dirty. So I started playing dominoes, and yes, I love the strategy with dominoes too. You know, once I got in there, because when I first started playing, I didn't know what was going on. Guys trying to explain and teach me. Then I sit down the first time, and then it get personal. They're cussing you out. You got nobody got time for you to be count. You can't see what's on there. I'm like, God, man, what, man? Man, I'm just you know, dominoes in person. They don't care. They'll teach you how to play, but they're gonna be in your butt the whole time. Guys throwing, bones at you across the table, making up
Line the whole pile over there,
being all, personal. Dude, I don't even know you like that, man. Why you got to be embarrassing me in front of the men? You know what I'm saying? This supposed to be a game.
You the whole bone pack. Get on up in there.
Yeah, everybody drinking, and fights about to break out. Yeah, dominoes is too personal for me, bro. I mean, I appreciate it, but yeah, it's too personal, man. I don't want to leave home, at 7 o'clock. Hey, I'm going to the park, just play some bones with the fellas, baby. I'll be right there. Then she hear gunfire an hour and a half later, because I got a dude standing up because he done not had to pass 3 times, and he proud because one of his boys there. So I mean, no, man, dominoes is too personal, bro. But spades, you can put a card on your head. They even fold them up like a cone when they really know they about to run something on you. Just be slapping them and then sliding across and hitting you. But you don't really get mad. You're a little embarrassed because you're mad, but you can have that same hand next go round.
Right.
Yeah. So you could just be slapping them cards and spinning them right back in your opponent's face, man. And you just got you can spin it this way, you can spin it that way, put it on your head and twist it off your head. You can just do all kind of gymnastics, man, with spades, man. And it's fun, and the whole family can learn how to do it, man. And then nobody got to get shot. Somebody gotta get shot, man. Somebody gonna get shot playing bones. Space for me, big dog. It's space for me.
Usually, I need to rethink this because this shit is dangerous.
Dangerous.
So, which one you think you can survive? I guess I should say spades or dominoes.
Bro, let me tell you, I still got friends that don't like me, man, because of spades. You know what I'm saying? You try to call them, hey man, what's going on? Shit, you get a dial tone, man. They done hung up on you, man.
You beat them that bad, no? The way they want to talk to you?
All they remember is the last time we had an interaction is that spades game, and they got embarrassed. Yeah, that Joker Deuce, man, is something else. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
That mean it don't matter what you do, this coming to you.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you, dog.
Hey, you sat that one up there? Man. They already subtracted.
And especially them cats that can't count their books, man. It's like, bro, like you really don't know how to count, man. Like
see a ghost.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like, dominoes, man. I like everybody else, man. I learned how to play dominoes, man. When my first duty station, man, I was in Korea. Old dude named Old Daddy Rabbit. Old Daddy Rabbit, man. Old cat, he was a fueler, man. At the time, 77 Fox, 99 2 Fox. But shit, old Daddy Rabbit, man. Shit, you hear Daddy Rabbit down there slapping bones, man. And he's like, man, what the hell's going on down in that next room? So, man, you go down in the next room, man. Old Daddy Rabbit jumping around, man, acting the fool. And then he run out there, man. Hey, Daddy Rabbit stayed lit though, man. That boy, hey, he used to get it in.
that guy had an effect on you. This is the second time I heard that.
Yeah.
That's the second time I heard it.
Hey.
Yeah, Daddy Rabbit, man. Hey. Daddy Rabbit was something else, man. And then it's like spades, man. It was like Ando said, man, it was like a religion, man. If you know how to play, know how to count your books, man. Hey, you were in there, man, and you would just set mugs up, man, because
set them up for faith.
Yeah, you know exactly what they had in their hands, and you sitting there telling them, hey, man, go ahead and throw that doggone 3 of diamonds. So they're like, man, you like, how you know I got 3 of diamonds? You know what I'm saying? Like,
now that you confirmed it, go ahead and play it.
Yeah, go ahead and play it, dog. We know you ain't got no more spades.
You've been throwing off for the last 2 hands.
Yeah, exactly. And it says it's a religion, man. So, what I'm saying, for me, it's spades, big dog.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, both of them, like I said before, man, I didn't realize it until we had this conversation. Both of them sound like there's some dangerous things to partake in. To me, it sounds like something you shouldn't even break this out, because jokers are there breaking your furniture while you're playing domino, bam, and they're cussing you out while you're playing spades. But the common denominator in both of them, man, if you walk in there and there's a joker sitting like this here.
Yeah.
if they're sitting like this right here, holding the balls of them cards, you about to get your ass whooped, dog. Yeah. And they finna talk some shit to you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know this motherfucker. What? Wait a minute. You played a what? You got what? You got what? Oh, hell no. I'm gonna tell you right now what's going on. If you got that cigarette hanging out there, dog, it's about to go down. I'm telling you right now, dog. It's about to go down. So I don't even know which one, man. Y'all said it's so close to call, man. If I had to say the one that I know I talked me a little trash in both of them too, though, now. But I tell you, because I get creative over here. I get creative with it, But I'll probably say spades, because spades is more common amongst us coming up, dominoes, me too. I didn't really learn that till later on. I did play it probably when I was like 15 or 16, but spades, man, I was playing spades when I was about 7, 8 years old. I was in there. I was my mama partner, dog. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 8, my mama was sitting over there. Oh, come on. We're gonna whoop their ass today, baby. Come on, I'm my partner, dog. She over there with her cigarette. We're gonna whoop their ass today, baby. Come on. Deal, baby, deal. I be dealing with shit, boy. You can tell me nothing, boy. I do no French cut on you too, boy. I couldn't just do it like, see, I'm gonna separate that thing about 5 times. Reach up and basically, dog. Yeah.
Well, hey, change up the card. Change up the last card. What the last card?
That's right. That's right. All right, we're going to keep it rolling. All right, in their prime, fellas. In their prime, Ando. Welcome back. We're going to jump right into it, man. In their prime, man, is it Keyshawn Johnson or Brandon Marshall?
It's Keyshawn Johnson, bro. Let me tell you why. I didn't have a lot of respect for him when he came in the league, but then as I watched him towards the end of his career, I realized it was never Keyshawn. It was the quarterbacks that was playing with it. They didn't have strong enough arms to utilize him, but this man was a great possession receiver. Even though he had speed, he was big. But he caught a lot of balls, man. Keyshawn didn't drop a lot of balls, and he didn't have great quarterbacks throwing to him. I think Brandon Marshall had better quarterback throwing to him in his prime. And Keyshawn did not, but Keyshawn was much more effective. So I'm going with Keyshawn.
All right. Over one. Keyshawn or B. Marshall?
Man, I love this one right here, man. This was a good one. You know what I'm saying? That's two receivers that's pretty much, they pretty much got the same pedigree, man. They the same, when you look at their, as far as their stats, Brandon Marshall stood out a little bit more as far as his numbers concerned. I like Keyshawn, don't get me wrong. Like Ando said, he was a great possession receiver, man. And with his speed, he could take a short play and turn it into a very long play. You know what I'm saying? And that was Keyshawn Johnson, man. And he didn't have the, like Ando said, man, he didn't have the quarterbacks like Brandon Marshall did. His speed and agility was was the thing that set him above and beyond so much the rest. the only thing I like about Brandon Marshall was, man, his yards after the catch, man, and he was a very physical type receiver, and he loved laying the wood, dog. Like let's bring it. You know, him and old Jay Cutler, man, they were hit up in Denver. But you know, like Brandon Marshall, man, his physical ability, man, to turn that play into something big was what set me off, you know what I'm saying, and picking Brandon Marshall as my choice, man, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, brother ranked 23rd all time in receiving yards, man. So, and I think both of them, man, don't get me wrong, I think both of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I know Brandon Marshall, I think he's up. I think was it this year or that or last year. But you know, he's getting his first look at the Hall of Fame, man, and you know what I'm saying. And also, Brandon Marshall has a record for most catches in the game. Remember that. 21 catches in the game. That was against the Colts in 2009. So, you know, my choice is Brandon Marshall.
Yo, KJ.
Who you call?
Watchdog.
Well. So I'm gonna have to go that route, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go with KJ because him edge him out because of the Super Bowl he did win with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm gonna go that route with him, and the reason being also because you know he had the ability to get that top end speed and get away and get open a little quicker than Brandon was. Brandon big and physical, and would love to make a contested catch on you. So Brandon was the Megatron before Megatron was Megatron, right? So Brandon was out there doing the thing, and old Jay Cutler was the one throwing him them dimes and putting it in those spots just with him to go up there and show you that, hey, stay on the ground. Let me go up here to the stratosphere and get this ball from you and show you just why they call me Brandon Marshall and why I get paid the bucks I get paid, right? But I'm going KJ just because KJ did edge him out, got a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from that particular standpoint. Brandon did have more recognition, more nominations for Pro Bowl, not Pro Bowl, but
All Pro.
All Pro. Yeah, it is. Yeah, All Pro. But and then he ranked higher. If you look at what is it, Stathead got him ranked higher. I think around 26, and they had Keyshawn ranked down around. Keyshawn was right down. Man, where the heck is Keyshawn at? Boy, where you go? I just saw you. They had Keyshawn down around like number 69 on Stathead, but Brandon was up there in the top 20, in the top 30. So only reason I'm giving it to KJ because of his ability to open up a little fast on routes because of his speed, top end speed, size, and that Super Bowl win. That's the only reason. Welcome, KJ. You welcome.
Go ahead.
Man, I think a lot of, when I look at receivers, I always try to find something that sets them apart from somebody else. If we try and decide who is better than who, because a lot of them put up big numbers. In this case, you got one that's got a Super Bowl, the other one don't have a Super Bowl, and so it's got to be something. What is it that sets them apart from everybody else? And Brandon Marshall, I don't know the guy who said it. One of y'all said it earlier. All right, it might have been Ando. Brandon Marshall, his after catch, his yards after catch, man, that's what he was known for, along with being physical. He was one of the most physical receivers, but his yards after catch, I think he was much better than Keyshawn when it came to that. Not that Keyshawn was bad. I think Keyshawn, talking about what Watchdog just talked about with the rankings and whatnot, I think Keyshawn, I think he got a raw deal because a lot of people didn't like Keyshawn because he was boisterous. He said what was on his mind. And a lot of people probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So he probably missed out on some of the nominations that come from writers or other coaches and those type things. But if I'm just looking at just head to head, I'm going with Brandon Marshall because of that time he had with Jay Cutler. That was the biggest part of his career. That time he had with Jay Cutler when they were dominant. That was a dominant combination, man. And so I'm gonna take him over Keyshawn. Keyshawn, I think he could have been, had he had a better quarterback, I think he could have been way above Brandon Marshall in this argument. if he had the right quarterbacks. He just never had them, and so we don't know. We can only go off of what if when it comes to him. But that guy had some quarterbacks, man, that wasn't really, top-notch NFL caliber quarterbacks. So I'm gonna go with Brandon Marshall because of the over-the-middle yards after catch. That was his thing that he was known for. And like Obi-Wan said, you can't discount having the most catches in a game, and not from a great quarterback. Cutler was above and beyond. I mean, he was above average, but he wasn't no great quarterback. And you got 21 catches in a game. That's big. That's a big deal. So I'm gonna go with Brandon Marshall.
So too, but but the quarterback situation to me though, man, from these two guys seem about even to me. Because I mean, you got Jay Cutler, but I mean, now Keyshawn Johnson now it was the latter part of his career when he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. But he had Brad Johnson. I mean, Brad Johnson was decent. I know Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl with their defense, but I'm saying, but if you start looking at Jay Cutler but what about Chad Pennington? Chad Pennington went to a Pro Bowl when he was there. He just couldn't throw it. He just couldn't throw it more than 20 yards or something like that. But I don't know.
Thank you, Ted. Thank you for saying that, because that's why it's not Chad Pennington. Oh, tough guy, man. I respect this game as far as he went, but like you said, he couldn't throw the ball further than 20 yards, and that was a hindrance. So that limited. You got the best receiver in the league, but he can be open 45 yards down the field, but you can't get the ball to him.
Right.
Jay Cutler had a strong arm though, man. He could spin it. I mean, he could throw that thing. I mean, he had arm talent now,
Yep.
But I'm going with Brandon Marshall too, though, only because all the things y'all just said before. You can't discount, even though Keyshawn got a Super Bowl, that was Tampa Bay Super Bowl, though. That was that doggone defense, man, was just hellacious, And he did win the Super Bowl. I get it, but Brandon Marshall, oh man, that dude, he catch the ball, man. I mean, he was just so physical, and he could get open, and I just like the way that he played played with a bigger edge too, to me. Keyshawn was a big physical receiver too, though, but if you wasn't giving him the ball, he would be half-ass running routes. He's known as one of the first divas as a wide receiver. Man, you ain't throwing me the ball. That's because it's taking you 10 minutes to get off the line of scrimmage, that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm not throwing you the ball, because you're getting jammed by Asante Samuel, by somebody that's like half your size. Come on, man, get off the line of scrimmage, bro. That's why I'm not throwing you the ball. It's third down and you still running play from first down. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You go get off the line. So I'm gonna go with B. Marshall. Okay. All right, Off the Dome is our last segment. Again, we'd like to invite y'all to follow us at BaldHeaded Reason, man, on YouTube and on Spotify. New episodes every Monday. We got this new merchandise right here, BaldHeaded Reasoning. We're trying to get out there and do the things big, man. So go ahead, tell a friend, like, subscribe, hit that button. Man, follow us, man. We're trying to jump on out there, so make sure y'all tap in on that. Off the Dome, fellas, I'm going to remix it today. I'm going to start y'all from Off the Dome because I've been thinking about this all day, and I was talking to Noel about it before we came on. Let me tell you my Off the Dome right off the rip. Me and Simone Harvey was in Home Depot. Okay. We walked in Home Depot, and you got the return counter right here. And then, around there is where you do the customer service, correct? All right. So we at the return counter. It's a gentleman standing there in front of us, white brother standing there in front of us. He's in line, so we get in line behind him. Elderly white guy come in. I tell you, he came in, he had his Alabama hat on, all this other stuff. And as you know, of course, he had his little pen on, and you know what his pen said. I ain't gonna give it error, but y'all know what his little pen had. He had that all over his little stuff there. But he came in there and he said, he walked in, and so he walked in front of us. So Simone was like, "Hey, excuse me, sir, we in line. We're waiting customer service. Are you doing return?" So his answer to us, his reply to her is, "It don't look like it." So I looked at him. I'm like, "What you mean? It don't look like it?" I'm like, "Well, that's what it is. We're in line." I said, "What you think? We standing here for our help?" He said, "Well, it don't look like the line's over here." I said, "Ain't no line over there. Who's standing over there? We're in line. That's why we're standing behind my man right here." So I can see the conversation about to go south. The dude gonna tell me this: just because you educated don't mean that you're not stupid.
Ooh.
That's what this 70-plus-year-old man, in my head, I had already kicked his ass up under them contractor bags over there. In my head, I had already knocked him out. But I was like, look, so then I changed my whole, he activated my hate quick. I looked at him and I was like, look, the best thing you can do, dog, don't say nothing else to me, for real. Don't say another word to me. Okay, I said what I said. This is the line. You need to get behind us in line. Because I was already about ready. I was about to put them paws on them. But I said all that to say this, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run to y'all right quick, man. But this is the very thing that I be talking about, man. This is the America we live in. It's stupid people all over the world. So he thought he had some allies because it was the two white guys that was standing there. He thought that he had some allies, and the one guy looked at him and like, yeah, you just can't fix stupid. He said, people just stupid. Why would you say something that disrespectful to somebody?
Exactly.
But, these guys are walking around here like that now, feeling like that. Yeah. So the moral of the story is this, in the great words of my good friend, God rest his soul, Tyler Craig, man, the moral of the story, is, as he used to say, is this right here. Y'all better be careful what y'all saying to people because y'all about to get y'all ass beat, for real. Okay, you're like 1 minute. You're like 1 minute out from getting your ass beat. You better quit talking to people any kind of way because everybody ain't feeling that, and that's my off the dome. All right, I'm gonna kick it to you, over one.
Man, hey, that's real spill right there, man. Hey, some people just you gotta put them in their place, man, and because they feel that old Agent Orange gave him the doggone that liquid courage, that antifreeze, you know what I'm saying? But that shit can have a leak too, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that bottle go have a leak because I'm about to slap the taste out your doggone mouth. You know what I'm saying? But going on to mine, man, I'm gonna put the NFL on blast, man. I know y'all know like this past week we had one LSU athletes, man, took his life. Old Kyron Lacey, this cat, he's from a town right close to where I grew up at, man, from Thibodaux, Louisiana. And I didn't know his personally his pops, man, but I knew of him. You know what I'm saying? He came up pretty much the same time I did. But I'm gonna put the NFL on blast because when that he supposedly got in a trouble about that accident that killed that 78-year-old gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, he was, accused before being accused. He was already proven guilty before he was even went to trial. And come to find out, man, his actual lawyer is trying to push the full investigation to continue on because there was another person that was in that accident or in that actual occurrence that never got charged. So there's another person that was in another vehicle that was probably should have been charged with this actual incident. Reason why I'm saying the NFL is because they've already, taken the man out of the draft pretty much. He wasn't invited to the draft, and they pretty much, said he was guilty before he was actually proven guilty. And just to think about, we talked about it last show about, mental health. That young man was going through it. He was seriously going through it, man. And, I don't think his family caught it in time. You know what I'm saying? The incident that had happened that led to his, his taking his life is he was in Houston. And him and his, I think it was his aunt or somebody, one family member, they got into a little argument, whatever. And Kyron Lacey had a gun, and he shot into the ground, and he jumped in the vehicle and took off. She called the cops. The cops tracked him down, and doing that chase, whatever, he crashed his vehicle, but little did know he'd already shot himself, man. And it's sad, man, because, he had his NFL dreams ahead of him, man. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, going, rewinding to a year before that, man, when them boys got drafted, they were all on camera talking to each other. Kyron Lacey, Malik Neighbors, and Jaden Daniels. And, Kyron Lacey was like, man, I'm proud of you guys, man. And Jaden Daniels like, man, we just waiting on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? And now the man's gone. You know what I'm saying? Because, his dreams was taken away from him, man. And I can't think of one person. We talk about, yeah, he was speeding and blah 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 blah. He was driving in. Okay, tell me how many people that young did not do that. I know I did. You know what I'm saying? We all had a little need for speed every, here and there. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, he didn't go out there looking to kill somebody.
Yeah.
And that's when you talk to, grown ass people, man, and they quick to point the finger, and I'm glad his attorney is actually taking the course that he's taking, and actually let's go on with the full investigation. I want to go on with it because I know without a shadow of a doubt, he was not the guilty party in this one. And that's what I got, man. I'm putting NFL on blast.
It'd be good for the family too to get them some type of closure. Yeah,
exactly.
Watchdog.
Man, I don't know. Yeah, man, that correlation thing, yeah, that hit hard, brother. And I'm still, praying for the family still continuously, and that they get some resolution into this. And yeah, people, man, our society, American society as a whole, we can be cruel to each other, and then in the same breath act like we not cruel to each other, and be like, well, what are you trying to say? What did I say wrong? Well, what did you say wrong is that the individual was guilty, and last time I checked, they haven't went to court. One, and you're disparaging their name. You calling them thugs. You calling them this. You calling them criminals. You don't think that brings you to the individual that got deported. And then this court told him bring the guy back, and you talking about you not bringing him back, because he's a part of a gang, and the gangs are terrorists. What? So that's where we went to now. But so it's so much divisiveness and subterfuge and all this other stuff we want to use, them big A words, and we want to go there and say that people are doing things and people are guilty before proven innocent, and we rather say they guilty, and then let's go ahead and do this action and take this course of action, and then we'll think about reversing what we did, even though we knew it was wrong. You talking about sending criminals, United States citizens that that did some things they shouldn't have did, and end up putting themselves in jail, etc. But you want to send them to a foreign country. You want to just pack them up on an airplane and send them to a foreign country and dump them off? What? What are we talking about here? What are we doing? And then you still got the folk that's running around and now that don't understand that. Listen, what happens when it affects you? When you thinking like that? What happens when it becomes something close to your family? Now all of a sudden you got buyer's remorse. You understand, and now you done subjected a lot of folks to things that you didn't think was going to happen, but now it's affecting you too. I told somebody recently this week, hey, because they stopped and asked, hey man, you don't say nothing to me no more. I said, yeah, I don't, because you made a decision, and it's your decision to make. But when you went to that thing and stood in that booth and you made that conscious decision to do that, you didn't understand what the ramifications was in the future that was going to happen. I meant the very near future, because you think, oh no, that person said they had nothing to do with that. But in reality, what you seeing right now is they very well had something to do with it, didn't they? Look at what's going on right now. Every day you walking around up in here now wondering if you're going to get that high-speed letter or you're going to get that email. So now you understand then why I'm looking at you. I ain't got nothing to say to you, because for one, I'm looking at you as a minority. And you decided to do that. And you wasn't the only one. But there's a lot of them sitting out there right now, upset with their decisions and can't believe he's doing that to them, and this administration is doing. No, he told you. But for some reason, wherever you was at on cloud nine, you thought that this was not going to affect you and he wasn't going to do that, or they wasn't going to do it. That man told you in no uncertain terms that this is what we're going to do. And they did it. And now for everybody that's sitting out there right now, you reaping the harvest of what you asked for. Enjoy it. You know, and I think I told somebody, I don't know if it was on, I think it was on here. I talked about the one upstate New York farmer that's got problems of his own because his feed he buys from Canada. That's the cheapest feed he can get because if he buy it from the States and depending on where they ship it from, it's gonna cost him 2 to 3 times what he's buying it from Canada. But he didn't realize that Canada up their price too. You know why they up their price? Because they not there to up their price, but guess what? That tariff hit them. And guess who had to pay that tariff when he saw it on that invoice receipt that he was paying that tariff fee. And then he like, oh, I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay in business. I've been having this farming business for years. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because my feed done went up. And then if I buy the feed from here, it's gonna cost me 3-4 times more than when I'm buying it from here. Well, you asked for it, and I'm a stunt supporter. Well, guess what? You're getting what you asked for. Right?
There you go.
You're getting what you asked for. And so what I'm throwing out there for all y'all remorseful folk right now, and I hate to keep going, revisiting the same thing. It's you all because y'all now are realizing we 4-5 months into the year. What is it? This is April. We 4 months going on the 5th month into the year, right? This debacle, and it's hurt. A lot of people out there hurting, and they feeling the wrath. And we got some ways to go, you know. So I'm hoping, like we talked at the beginning of the top of the show, where we talked about what you will hope to leave behind. Hopefully, you got some people that's near you that has that ability in them to still want to help you out, that want to leave some good out there in the world, despite the bad you decided to do. Even though we done told you what you were about to do is going to be detrimental to a lot of folks. So hopefully, the people next door to you, who down the street or whoever, still have some mercy and sympathy and grace about them, that they want to help you in some kind of form or fashion because the suck is coming. And I hope there is somebody out there willing to help you get better. That's all I got for him.
Okay. Well, all right. Ando?
Well, I'm putting on blast America. White America again. These high school kids had this altercation, and this black kid killed this white kid there in Texas.
Yeah.
And white people just going crazy because there was a GoFundMe started to get this young man out of jail till the trial because they had him on $1 million bond, and it's crazy to me. I mean, they treat it like it was a hate crime, and then you look back into what's happened. Those two twins was bullying this kid. They had just got in a fight, from what I read, like a week or so prior, and that kid ended up beat up that black kid at outside a party or something. Why was he sitting on the opposite side of the thing during the track meet? Obviously, a lot of people don't go to track meets and know that sometimes you got some bullies and gangsters that they don't stay on their side. They go to the opposing side and pick fights, So I've experienced some of this stuff before. So I don't know. Maybe he's just sitting over there because he knows what them guys do. So he's trying to lay low, but he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. And he didn't approach them; they approached him.
Exactly.
And so we talking about staying your ground and all this. When you got Trayvon Martin literally got chased by a grown man and killed when he was getting his ass handed to him. Why are you chasing this kid anyway? But everybody gave him the benefit of the doubt. He's a hero. They try to pay for his legal defense and all this type of stuff. So, I'm putting on blast white America. Your white guilt is real. And no, you didn't have anything to do with slavery and those things of the past, but it's okay not to have a negative response to that, to things that you had no control over. Because what you're doing right now is really supporting that same ideology from your great-grandparents and your grandparents. Because this is just crazy. You're removing the names of African American accomplishments across military academies and government facilities, as if things were always equal all the time. I mean, stop with the whitewashing and the lies, and you're thinking that the world, and you think that people are just going to accept it because you want it to be a certain way. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. And it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. And it's not going to be from minorities. It's going to be from other white folks that's just going to say,
Yep.
you know what?
Facts.
Enough is enough.
Big facts.
We got to call it for what it was, and we got to be honest about it so we can move on. So, white America, the quiet part of white America, not the loud ones that are out here, thinking that they control the world. It's like when you're standing in line. Tim, this thing you said to me, I experienced when I was first assigned to Fort Rucker, standing in line right there in the shopette. And a warrant officer said, I'm a staff sergeant. Just walks around me. Oh, you just standing there. I'm like, excuse me? Literally standing right there by the belt. So a lot of these things you face in the military,
Yep.
we don't talk about it, right? But we need that portion of white America that, just kind of keeps in themselves to keep the peace. They don't want to cause a ruckus with their family member or friends. That's who's going to stand up.
Yeah, that's what it's going to take.
Yeah. When they stand up, yeah. And we all rise up and we'll put an end to this nonsense. This is literally like a disease right now.
Exactly.
So, but that's all I got on that, McDonald.
And I'm gonna be brief. I'm gonna keep it a little light. I'm gonna keep it a little light, man. Hey, I'm putting on blast this week. I was kind of torn, man, between two different things. Both of them sports related. I was gonna talk about Tom Thibodeau, man, and got these guys' legs all worn out. All right, but I ain't gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about them Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna talk about them Green Bay Packers, man. So y'all know they had the NFL annual meetings a couple weeks ago, and Green Bay, for whatever reason, they want to outlaw the tush push. They want to outlaw what my Eagles, came up with, man, this tush push thing. And I don't like it. You already know I don't like it. All right. They've been successful with it. And all they did was they just, Eagles thought outside the box and said, hey, let's do this thing right here, man. Let's try this right here to see if this works for these little short yardage situations. And so my whole thing in Green Bay is, instead of going to the league and complaining, stop it. Just stop it. That's all you got to do. Because the thing is, what grounds, just like the articles I've been reading, man, they've been consistent too. What grounds do you have to go to the league to say we need to outlaw the tush push? Because there hadn't been a bunch of injuries. There ain't been no injuries. I can see if it was causing a bunch of injuries, man, because you got, like John Madden used to say, you got 300-pounder guy. You got 300-pounder guy, man, crowding the line and pushing each other and all of that. I can see if it was something like that where people was getting injured. There are no injuries. The only thing that's been consistent about it is it's been consistent. That's it. You had a couple of instances where they, they were stopped and somebody figured something out or whatever, man. So why outlaw it? You can't come to the players' social. I mean, you can't come to the NFL team meetings with no reason why it should be canceled. I wouldn't even entertain it. I wouldn't entertain it unless you got some type of fact. So, like I said, I'm be real brief, man. It was just I'm bringing them to the forefront. I'm putting them on the table. I'm putting them in the spotlight because it's just a dumb argument to say, hey, we want this to be outlawed, but we don't really have a reason why. We just want it outlawed. So bring them to the table. Your sound.
Yeah. Huh?
You back now. Yeah, your sound was gone, but you're back now.
Okay, I'm gonna close with this right here. I'm gonna caveat on what I said earlier right here. I had lunch with my daughter and my grandkids the other day, breakfast, and my granddaughter was beginning to talk about colleges and she was talking about HBCUs and whatnot. different things. And Tuskegee was one of the places that came up on a thing. Now I got a little history with that. I'll share that with y'all one time. Maxwell know a little something about that. Okay, so what led me to ask her, I was talking about, I said, yeah, that's where the Tuskegee Airmen went to school. Do you know that my granddaughter is 17 years old, she's a junior, and that she'd never heard of them?
I believe
it's not taught in school anymore. I thought that was amazing. How is that not taught in school? But see, this is the things that's happening right before your very eyes. They are racing. Black history is American history too. All of that stuff is being taken out, man. This is dangerous. So we got our kids unaware, of why our kids are running around here unaware of why they're being discriminated against and why, and it can't be explained to them because they need to know how it started and why it started and why it happens.
But let me tell you, Tim, it's not just the kids nowadays, man. I'm a prime example, dog. Coming up in Louisiana, man. Our Western civilization, social studies course. You know what I'm saying, bro? The only thing we were taught about was Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks,
basics.
You know what I'm saying? Look, yeah, basic shit, man. And it's our curriculum in these schools, man, have pretty much all been the same. You know what I'm saying? And they have to get a little bit more in depth. I ain't saying get deep into it, but get a little bit more in depth, man. Teach some of these kids, man. It don't matter what race you come from. You should. It's American history.
It's American history.
Bottom line, it's American history, man. So these kids need to know, you know what I'm saying, something about, you know what I'm saying, some of the inventors, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
And
all of that.
The positive people that actually, made a difference in this world, man. And you have conflicts that happen, you know what I'm saying, i.e. slavery, you know what I'm saying, American Revolution, all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That's history. You got to be taught that. And unlearned history is going to repeat itself. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought it was disturbing that happened. I just couldn't believe that, man.
You almost like you got to do it, man. I talk about it in my class. I told y'all before the beginning of our class, man. Every day, them kids got to have some type of current event. Nothing. They ain't got to write nothing out. Nothing long. Yeah. Got to get up in a little 15-second. Hey, my current event for the day. What the situation is, and so I make them talk about those things because the state is not going to put it in the curriculum. They're not going to do it. South Carolina, they definitely ain't going to do it. And so it's going to take people. It's going to take parents at home. Then it's also going to take teachers that's willing to say, hey, I know this ain't in the curriculum, but I'm going to take a little bit of time, especially at a school like where I work, man. It's 99% African American. So in that school, man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and you're going to learn about it. And I know sometimes kids, they'll, they have a negative reaction to it, man. Like they don't, really want to learn it or whatever. But it's those few in the class that when I'm talking about it, I can see them locked in. They locked in.
Yeah. So I took the time out to talk to Mari about Tuskegee Airmen and some other stuff like that. But I'm going to continue to push the envelope. But look, that's our time. I know we ran a little long today, fellas. Thank y'all for tapping in the BaldHead Reason. Look forward to seeing y'all, man. Like, subscribe, YouTube and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? We'll give y'all a link pretty soon if you want to go out there and purchase this merch right here, man. Get you some of that right there, man. Put that in your life. You dig it? Okay. Thank y'all for tapping in. New episodes every Monday. See y'all again on the next episode. One time. We up out of here. Happy Easter. Y'all be safe.